Congressman, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. You talked about DEI on campus and how it has failed to protect university's Jewish communities. Can you elaborate a little more? And were you satisfied that you got the responses you wanted?
Let's start off with without satisfied. Let's start with that first. I was satisfied the American people can have an idea what's going on in our colleges now. It is a breeding ground for hate. This DEI is nothing but a virus. We spent 200 years becoming a more perfect union. I was part of that generation that first integrated schools across our country, and we've gotten a generation later of kids that accept each other, that embrace our differences. And now on these campuses, we send our kids there, and it's like an injection, a virus that they are now putting into our kids about how to hate each other. It's called DEI, by the way. So what happens is this. You have, in this Marxist ideology, or pedagogy, they have this idea that there's an oppressor race and an oppressed race. The oppressor race are whites and Jews. The oppressed race are any other minority. You have a hate that's developing in that regard, and that's what we're seeing here. So we actually have on these campuses segregated groups, segregated graduations, segregated dorms. This is in 2023, and these presidents are okay with that because they're part of the problem. So I'm thankful for Dr. Fox for showing America what's going on these campuses. I'm hoping Americans see, if you want your kids to grow up, to be proud of our country, proud of each other, to be embracing each other, do not send them to these Ivy League colleges that are full of Marxist ideologies and a way to divide us in every way they can. They're very aggressive with what they're doing, and we're now seeing what it looks like.
Yeah, and Congressman, you even went further to talk about what you say is clear segregation on campuses. Could you elaborate a little bit for me?
We have at MIT dormitories that are black only. We have in Harvard graduations that are black only, Hispanic only, gay only. This is a country we say we're going to not judge by the color of our skin, but the content of our character. That we are so far away from that because what Marxists do, understand this, they do not believe there's a God in heaven. They do not believe that we can become a people that comes together. They do not believe in the capitalist system that we have. Everything we stand for, faith, family, free market education, they stand against. We're seeing that on these campuses today. We just had this segment about men competing against women. That's the way these people are. They want us to think that everything that makes sense, that is our North Star in terms of what's right, is totally against it. So we have to understand that and buck up against it in a big way for sure.
Yeah, and New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik arguably gave the toughest grilling of the day. Here's her exchange with Harvard's president over whether calling for the genocide of Jews violates bullying and harassment codes of conduct at these universities. Take a listen.
I will ask you one more time. Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric.
And is it anti-Semitic rhetoric?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric, when it crosses into conduct that amounts to bullying, harassment, intimidation, that is actionable conduct, and we do take action.
So the answer is yes, that calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign. These are unacceptable answers across the board.
Unbelievable. Congressman, about 30 seconds. Can I get your reaction to that?
You're seeing cowards. You're seeing anti-American people in position making a lot of money with no accountability. We need to change that. We need to bring the free market into the educational system so those that are failing our kids do something else. And those who can figure out the best way to get the most productive, proud, moving forward Americans, then they need to be benefiting from our taxpayer dollars. These folks do not deserve to be in a position of impacting our kids the way they are right now. We're going to do something about it.
Yeah. All right. Congressman, thanks so much for waking up with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.